Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my PlayStation 5 collection in the Lord's year 2023. Um, okay. Anyways, so the PlayStation 5 came out in the midst of COVID. So PS5 came out, it was 2020. It was kind of wrong place, wrong time. You know, this console, I remember when it came out, I saw so many disappointed kids going to Best Buy or to local electronics retailers with their parents not to get a system, and I finally got one in 2023. I actually had like a bit of a hiatus, like away from Sony. I hadn't had a Sony console in about a couple of years now. I believe it's been like 4 years since I had a Sony system. I had a PS4, had a ton of games on that, but you know, I had taken a break from PlayStation. I had the Series S and the Switch, and that was about it for the longest time. And I was good with that, but you know, curiosity killed the cat, as they say, and I finally got my hands on one of these things for my 22nd birthday. So here are the games I've accumulated since getting the system in May. So I would definitely say not too shabby, considering I started this collection in May. And this is just physical releases. If you'd like to see a video of digital PlayStation 5 games that I own or that I'm currently playing through PlayStation Plus, let me know down in the comments below. But first, let's start off with the Callisto Protocol. The Callisto Protocol is a game that I have not played yet. Unfortunately, I have not had the time recently to get into this game, but I have heard that it's made by the same, some of the same people that worked on the original Dead Space team, and it just looks like a fantastic survival horror in space, Dead Space spiritual successor, which is what it was marketed to be. Now, despite the mixed reception, a buddy of mine, Tyler, shout out to you, bro. I don't know if he wanted that shout out or not, but fuck it, I'm gonna shout him out anyways. Told me that he really enjoyed it, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. I saw it on sale at Walmart for 30 bones, so I ended up grabbing it. Next up, we have Way of the Hunter. Now, okay, this is the most pinpoint accurate hunting simulator that I have played. I don't want to bore you guys too much, because most of you who tune into this video don't really give a shit about games like this. But personally, this game is just so relaxing. You might spend, 3 hours trying to hunt a buck, or, I don't know, trying to hunt a goose, or something like that. But, the process in which you do that is just so relaxing. You take your sweet time, but you just enjoy the beautiful nature in this world inspired by the forests of North America. Just a gorgeous game. Alright guys, so next up we have Wanted Dead, which is made by some of the fine folks that worked on Ninja Gaiden. I waited on a sale for this game, but this really just feels like Ninja Gaiden with zombies. It feels like the Ninja Gaiden games on PS3, 360, and I don't know if most of you will remember, but Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge got a phenomenal port on the Wii U. So it's basically, in a sense, very much like Ninja Gaiden, but with the inclusion of zombies. So this is more of like a B-tier game. You can definitely tell that the team had some budget constraints while making the game. The story in the game, I'm gonna be honest with you, is not good, but it's just a joy to see, to see the characters just doing all this stupid shit, just the dumb dialogue. So bad it's good, and the gameplay in and of itself is fantastic. I don't know where all the negative reception came from. This game just felt like, literally just felt like a continuation of the Ninja Gaiden series, because, I mean, a lot of the people that were on Team Ninja, as I stated prior, worked on this particular title. The gameplay is just so smooth, and it's just a solid title. I've only put about 5 hours into this one, unfortunately. I haven't had the most time with it, but the 5 hours I've put, just buttery smooth combat, some phenomenal combos. Yeah, the enemies are very spongy, very difficult, like they were in the Ninja Gaiden games. But I think that's what they were going for, guys. But then again, in an age of little bitches who can't take an ass whooping, I mean, I don't see why people... I understand why people give it negative reviews. Because, I mean, you're a bitch. You can't beat the boss. But you just try harder next time, bro. Anyways, next up we have Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb is a roguelite simulation hybrid game. So basically you build your own cult with its own base and everything, and you harvest resources, and you feed your followers, and you gain followers, and you upgrade your base, and you explore dungeons, kill bosses. Randomly generated, very much reminded me of The Binding of Isaac. Now, I did not initially have plans to try this game out for myself, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. But when I saw it at Walmart for $18, I had to definitely purchase it just out of curiosity. And it surprised me. This game is just so damn good. It's one of those games that, you know, there's nothing like it on the market. I'll give the developers credit where credit's due. Look at the art inside. If I can only get the slip of paper out. Got some cool little art on the inside as well. I'll give the developers credit where credit is due. This is a phenomenal game. It's got a lot of love and a lot of polish, a lot of replay value with the randomly generated layouts of all the different dungeons. A phenomenal game that you can find yourself sinking hours and hours into and not realizing where all the time went. A definite must play. Next up we have a game that I don't want to talk too much about because I already have a review on the Heist and Hazardous DLC. That's where I kind of made myself clear on how I felt about this game. I'm going to keep this short, even though there is a chance that I very well may be executed for my opinion on this game, considering how many people hated it. I liked it. Moving forward, we have PacMan World Repack, which is a wonderful remaster of the original PlayStation 1 title. I ended up playing this game from start to finish and found myself just in awe as to how much polish Bandai Namco put into this title. Yeah, it's on the shorter side. Keep in mind this was a platformer from the PlayStation 1 era, so you'll probably clock in no more than 5 to 7 hours to beat the game from beginning to end. But even though it takes so little to see it through, you can really tell, especially if you played the original, how much love was put into it. Check out my minute review of PacMan World Repack if you'd like to find out more. Shameless plug. Whatever. Next up we have Need for Speed Unbound. Need for Speed Unbound is definitely a gorgeous looking racer. But, I mean, honestly, guys, I tried getting back into the Need for Speed series. I really did through this game. And just the grind fest and just how much how many like countless hours of gameplay it takes to actually get decent vehicles. Like, I put 10 hours into the game and I wasn't even getting half decent vehicles. I was just getting my ass handed to me left and right. It's just not satisfying. And honestly, guys, ever since I played the Forza Horizon series or the Forza Motorsport games, I just don't see myself going back to Need for Speed. I am so sorry. Next up, we've got Sonic Origins Plus, the physical edition. Now, what I love about the physical edition of this game is it has so many different goodies packed into it. And for $40, I mean, you can't go wrong with all the stuff that Sega included in here. You've got a reversible cover. You've got this art book, which we're about to flip through. The digital soundtrack, and you get 16, yes, you heard that right, 16 Sonic games. 12 Game Gear titles, alongside the 4 main Genesis games, Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. Although I would have liked it if they had, and also Sonic CD as well. Actually, let me check if Knuckles was even in here. Actually, I don't even think Knuckles was in here. I'm sorry, guys. No, Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic CD, if I'm not mistaken. Double check on that. But 16 games, I mean, how can you go wrong? I love the original side-scrolling Sonic games on the Genesis. I grew up on those. The only thing that disappointed me about this collection was it didn't have Knuckles Chaotix, which I feel like is one of the most underrated Genesis Sonic games. But anyways, what I really love about this package alongside, beside the game itself is, I mean, look at all this. Look at these sketches. Look at that concept art. Isn't that just so neat to look at? The artwork for the covers. Let me flip to another cool page for you guys. Got the Game Gear covers. Entire page dedicated to Game Gear covers, concept sketches. I mean, you gotta really appreciate Sega for the amount of dedication they put into crafting just a gorgeous package for the fans. Next up we have, I believe, my only European game in my PlayStation 5 collection. I got this on eBay. This is Terminator Resistance Enhanced. This is a pretty good single-player shooter, although I wish that the voice acting in the game wasn't so cheesy, because the story is genuinely very good. And I can say this is one of the best Terminator experiences since the release of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It is a phenomenal game, and the Enhanced Edition adds in so much more to the title. If you can ever get the DLC on sale, it's also pretty awesome. Check that out as well. This game is not for everyone. I would say it's a very good Terminator game in its own right, and a pretty good game. I would give it a 7 out of 10. I felt like the voice acting really killed it for me in some spots, and I felt like there was a lot of difficulty spikes when it came to the gameplay. Like, there were certain segments where it was so easy to just kill a bunch of T-1000s, and then you just had some harder segments. There was just a lot of difficulty spikes and just a lack of stability. You know how a game gradually goes from easy to hard? This game doesn't do that, you know. Easy, hard, in the middle, in between. It's just all over the place with shit like that. But the game itself looks gorgeous and is just a phenomenal Terminator experience. And in my opinion, a great package for Terminator fans. Next up we have Dead Island 2. I would have to say that this game, sorry to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, was my favorite game of this year, believe it or not. This game, I believe, was announced a decade ago. I think this was announced in 2013. Correct me if I'm mistaken. But this game went through so many delays. It was initially supposed to come out for PS4 and Xbox One, which it did, thankfully. But the PS5 version is the way to go. Obviously, if you have a PS5 or a Series X, these are the way to go. It's just a gorgeous rendition of Los Angeles, Hell A, as the open world is known as. And it, you know, from a Los Angelino's perspective, this very much feels like my hometown. It feels like Los Angeles, with the addition of zombies eating each other and eating people all over the place, and just all this ghoulish, just delightful gore splattered all over the place. This is a fantastic open world title with some addictive gameplay, great bosses, great enemies that are just so detailed. You can just see all the blood and all the gore and all the guts one by one by one. A must-play for horror fans, and a great single-player shooter with multiplayer capabilities as well, I believe. A must-buy. I'm so happy I bought this game, even though I bought it at full price on launch day for $69.99. The amount of time I've put into this game has made me do anything but regret my purchase. What a phenomenal title. They really outdid themselves. I was not expecting this game to be as good as it was. Next up we have Death Stranding Director's Cut, which in my personal opinion is one of the best games of all time. You heard that right. I might get executed for this one just the way I was about to get executed for Saints Row. Hell yeah. No. But seriously, guys, when this game initially came out, it had so much mixed reception. But I feel as though over time this game has aged like wine. I feel like people have finally realized that this was not only just a phenomenal game in its own right, but an artistic creation from Kojima Productions. And, you know, Hideo Kojima had so much freedom with this title. And he did so many amazing things with, you know, what was just such a simple concept. You basically just do deliveries and you fight off nomadic bandits in a post-apocalyptic United States of America. And you just try to liberate the land through connecting all of these outposts together. It's just such an addictive gameplay loop. A beautiful game with a mesmerizing story. Some of your favorite Hollywood actors are in this. As you can obviously see right here, it is a delight, and it's not for everybody, but I love Death Stranding. Can't wait for the sequel. I'm so excited for that. Oh my god. Next up we have Grand Theft Auto 5. For $20, this is a must-play for the PS5. Sure, not a lot has been done, but Los Santos has never looked better. And for $20, I was more than willing to upgrade from the PS4 version. Next up, we have The Evil Dead, the game. Now, recently, the development team behind this game has announced that they will no longer be adding anything new to the title, which, in my personal opinion, is probably going to be a death sentence for this particular game. Unfortunately, we have seen a lot of these asymmetric horror titles die off through the years. And although I really did try to like this game, especially considering that it's got creatures from Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which in my opinion is one of the best horror shows of all time. If you're a horror fan, you have to watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I really tried to like this game, but you know, playing all those hours of Friday the 13th through the years, you know, even playing games like Evolve back in the day, I'm just sick of this redundant concept. And lastly, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Ultimate Edition, which I unfortunately have yet to open because I installed it for free on PlayStation Plus. Then again, I bought this game the day I got the PlayStation 5. I didn't know this game was on PlayStation Plus. Should have double checked. But I had the privilege of playing through Miles Morales on PS5. And I was never really too hyped over the original Spider-Man game. But with Miles Morales being my favorite rendition of the character, I was just like super excited. And, you know, I knew I had to play Miles Morales. I was a big fan of Into the Spider-Verse, and you know, he was just the most relatable Spider-Man and my personal favorite. And I can definitely say that the only thing I'm disappointed with this particular title is it was just way too damn short. That's the only thing I'm disappointed with. Or else, I mean, this is one of Insomniac's best games. You know, if Miles Morales is half the length of the original Spider-Man game that was released back on PS4 and PS5 as well with the remaster, then I want to go back and I want to play the first one, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm excited for the second one. You're basically in New York, you know, in the wintertime. Peter Parker's on vacation in Europe, and all hell breaks loose, and all responsibility falls onto poor Miles. And yeah, just a great, gripping story for fans of the character, and they just do so much justice for Marvel fans. This is a must play if you're a Marvel fan like myself. Anyways, guys, that's been my PlayStation 5 collection for 2023. Hopefully, I can grab some more games through the years. Through the months, and I will make update videos same way I do with my Nintendo Switch collection. Other than that, thanks for watching LA Tech Trends. Have a good one. Subscribe for more content. Click that like button. Click the bell notifications to be notified for all the fresh new videos coming out. And also check out my shorts. Have a good one. Thank you.